Welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Delonte Freeman. This is Delonte S.M.B. The S.M.B stands for Spirit, Mind, and Body and all that good stuff. And in today's video, I'm going to explain to you how to know if you're chosen. Because a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of spiritual YouTubers, a lot of people on the internet, they making chosen one videos because they can talk a good game. You feel me? They playing off your emotions, your heartstrings. They playing off of what you want to hear. For that reason alone, a lot of people make these chosen one videos with the chosen one title. It's a good keyword for YouTube. It helps people get a lot of views, right? I'm gonna be honest. Although I do want to be monetized on YouTube, I don't care about the monetization, right? Because my heart ain't in the money. My heart is in the heavens. You feel what I'm saying? So, in this video, I'm gonna be telling you how to know if you're chosen or not, right? And to really be chosen, you have to be a man of God or woman of God or somebody of God, right? Looking after God's own heart. You have to really be looking after God. Because although, yes, you may be different, right? Although you may have people stalking you, watching you, hating on you, following you, stealing your ideas. Although these things may occur for you, it makes you different, yes, but does it make you chosen? That's the question. Does it make you chosen by God? Now, when God talks about chosen in the Bible, which I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, everybody should be, you know what I'm saying? But when God talks about chosen in the Bible, he talks about how many are called, but few are chosen. So these people getting 100,000 views and the million views and all these views on people being chosen, it just doesn't make sense biblically. Like, you know, it's just not everybody can be chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. How do you know if you're chosen? It's if you pick up the call. I want you to think about this, bro. Imagine if I called you right now, and I'm looking at you. Yes, I'm looking at you. Imagine if I was calling you right now, and I'm trying to get you to pick up the phone so I can give you $1 million. I'm choosing you. I'm calling you so I can give you $1 million. I'm calling you, right? I'm choosing you personally. As a creator, as a God, as a Delonte, as a person with a lot of money, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing to call your phone. So I'm calling, but you never picked up the phone. You never picked up the call. So how can you be chosen? How can you be chosen if you never pick up this phone call? I'm reaching out to choose you, but you never picked up the phone call, so therefore you can never be chosen. So I'll call somebody else. And then I'll call somebody else. And nobody's answering. So many are called, yes, but few are chosen. Few are chosen enough to pick up the call. Very few are chosen enough to pick up the call. So then to understand that, we have to get into what it means to actually pick up the call. To pick up the call is dying to yourself. And a lot of times in the Bible, Jesus tells us that we must take up our cross daily and follow him. But what does that actually mean? When Jesus is talking about taking up his cross, he had to carry his cross to the appointed place where he was going to die. So he was taking up his cross. He was literally walking to his death so he can enter, the hell place, right? The death, beat the grave for 3 days and 3 nights, and then rise from the grave and then go to heaven ultimately. So if we're following in the footsteps of God, we must be taking up our cross. Be willing and surrendering and understanding that every step of the way, I'm losing a piece of myself. Every step of the way, a piece of me is dying. It's less of me and more of God. So you then become this servant of God to the point where you're doing the will of the Father. You get what I'm saying? And that's why Jesus tells us that if anybody does the will of their Father, then they can call me brother, sister, mother, cousin. Those are my true family members once they start to do the will of the Father. You get what I'm saying? So yes, many are called, but few are chosen. Are you chosen? That's the question, right? And what does it mean to die to yourself? What does that mean? Certain things you're going to have to give up, like this world. That's number one, right? When Jesus talked to the rich man and the rich man presented himself to Jesus Christ, and he asked him like, Lord, I follow the commandments of Moses. I do all these things. What must I do to enter the kingdom of heaven? Jesus told him, number one, follow the 10 commandments of Moses. The rich man said, okay, check. I got that one figured out. Then Jesus said, give away your wealth and follow me. Give away your wealth to the poor and follow me. And the rich man looked at Jesus and turned his head. He turned around. He gave up. Because to actually be chosen means you give up on the worldly possessions, the worldly riches, and you actually do the will of the Father, regardless of if you become rich while doing it or poor while doing it, but just constantly giving a piece of you away. When you think of Jesus Christ was a server. He served a lot of people. He served many. He walked around doing miracles, casting out demons, all these great things in the name of the Father for the kingdom of heaven, and that became his job. He no longer was working. He never worked for money. You get what I'm saying? He came into the world not being of the world. Therefore, he was doing the things of the heavens. And that's what it looks like to, give up the world and actually, take up your cross daily. Certain things have to die. You can no longer just work a job to pay your bills. If you working that job, you better be working that job for the kingdom of heaven, however you got to. All right, I'm going to go to this job, and I'm going to preach the word all day at this job, and I'm going to do whatever you got to do. You get what I'm saying? I understand that there's bills. I understand that people don't want to go homeless. I understand these things. But God tells us that blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You poor on earth, but in spirit you blessed. Yours is the kingdom of heaven. That's what God tells us, man. So, me personally, I quit my job as a whole. I live with my mother, and I'm doing YouTube. When YouTube decides to pay me for my videos, then that's when I'll get paid and pay bills. But other than that, God is going to take care of me because I'm going to do the will of the Father. I'm going to preach his message. I'm going to spread the gospels, And that's what it truly, truly looks like to be called and chosen. So, like I said in the beginning of the video, and like I'm asking again, are you chosen? Are you? You'll read those scriptures. You'll keep his commandments. That's what a chosen one looks like. The Lord tells us, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. You get what I'm saying? So you'll keep the commandments of God. And doing that is going to come with a lot of sacrifice. Like sacrifices in friends, family. And not like the devil, like how he wants you to kill people. I'm talking about cutting people off. Because a lot of people can't go into these new cities that you go in, these new places that you go on, preaching the word of God that you preaching. Because a lot of people don't understand it. You get what I'm saying? Enemies will be those of your own household is what the Bible tells us. God has not come to bring peace on earth, but he came to bring a sword. He came to divide father against son, mother against daughter, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, father-in-law against, whatever. He came to divide a family. This is what God is telling you. This is what God has come to do. He's come to see who's really called for this, who's really chosen for this walk. And yes, it's going to come with a lot of pain, a lot of lonely nights, but is you really alone if you got God? If you got the God of the universe, the God who created everything, are you really, truly alone? That's the question. Sacrifice, man. It's going to come with certain sacrifices. But are you chosen for it? Are you choosing to pick up the call? Are you choosing to obey the commandments? Are you choosing to walk in, the ways of Jesus? Are you choosing to take up your cross? Because although you are called, but many and few are chosen. With that being said, man, like, comment, subscribe on this video, man. That's the end of this video. I just wanted to explain, out there to a lot of people, if you chosen or not, because a lot of people, they like to use this topic and they like to play on your heartstrings and use it for monetary gain. And God ain't in the money. God don't care about the money. You feel what I'm saying? So, that being said, man, I'm out. Peace. Before we actually get into this video, I want to say too, a lot of spiritual leaders would like to tell you that you're not chosen because of your skin color, or because you're not the people of Israel, because you're not the children of Israel, because you're not black, or you're not an Israelite, or all this lame stuff. When Jesus Christ came, he came to dismantle and, cut off all them laws. All them laws don't mean nothing. It's the Old Testament. It's called old for a reason. Not with the old and then with the new, right? If Jesus came, he came to change you by the renewal of your mind. You must think differently. You must operate differently. You must be differently. You get what I'm saying? So, you're not just chosen based off of skin color. Like, I could be black but choose to do the devil's work. Am I still chosen? No. I'm chosen because I picked up the call of God. That's what makes a person chosen. You could be white chosen, you could be black chosen, you could be purple chosen. As long as you're doing the will of the Father, then you are chosen. Luke 21:17 tells us, man, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, man. It's crazy world we living in. They don't like God. I just stay in my lane, so I got the whole world, they calling me lame. I don't even care about the money and fame. I just want Jesus Christ to know my name. You gotta